Hi, thanks very much for clicking on the video link. My name is Natalie Armstrong-Motin with Marketing Resolution. And this is another in the series of idle chat videos for the American Bar Association's Section for Dispute Resolution. And today I get to talk to a colleague just north of me in London, England, Shelley Ann. How are you?
I'm so good, and I'm very happy to be here, Natalie. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. My pleasure. So I know that you had a chance to see some of the other videos. So, we're just going to shuffle the cards and have ourselves an idle chat.
Perfect.
All right. So the first question, do you like to have things very carefully planned, or do you prefer to sort of go with the flow?
I wish I was the sort of person that went with the flow, but I have to say I like things carefully planned. I'm apologizing already for that, but yeah, that's the way it goes with me. I like to know what's coming up. I like to prepare. I like things to go in a certain order. There might be the odd time when I can go with the flow, but it's pretty rare.
You don't need to apologize.
I'm apologizing. I'm apologizing.
No need. All right. Let's see. What is the most amazing physical feat you've ever managed?
So it's not the most amazing physical feat in that, I haven't climbed Mount Everest or Kilimanjaro, but a few years ago, I did something called the Moonwalk, which is a charity walk for breast cancer. And it is a half marathon. So we're talking, 26 miles is a marathon. So it's a 13-mile walk, but it's all the way through London. So I did it in London. But the thing about this walk is it starts at midnight. So you're walking midnight through the early hours of the morning. Now, for someone like me, walking is an absolute pleasure, and I'm walking with people. So you have a friend with you, you have a group of people, and you dress up. You wear over your t-shirt. You wear a bra that you customize. You put sort of ribbons and tassels and sequins and whatever you want, so you're standing out. It's amazing what people do. So you're incredibly, you have a lot of bonhomie. Everybody is very happy to be there. But I get quite tired and I like to go to bed at a sort of not too late hour. So for me, walking from 12 midnight to probably about 5 in the morning, that's quite tough. It takes its toll. So it's strenuously not that difficult because you're walking, but you're walking pretty fast. But by the next day, you go home, I'm literally, my legs are vibrating because I've not stopped walking for 5 hours, but I'm also feel jet lagged for the whole day. So that is quite strenuous for me, but it's a fantastic thing. It really is amazing, and it raises a lot of money every time. So it's brilliant.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
It is.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Well, good for you. All right, let's see. The next card, the zombie apocalypse is coming. Which 3 people would you like to have on your team?
Oh, wow. That's a really hard question. 3, do I include family in this?
It's your team. You can have anybody you want.
Right. Okay. So this is very difficult, Natalie, because I've got 3 daughters and I have a husband. And I really couldn't choose between the 4 of them. That would be awful. That'd be a terrible thing to do.
Why don't we make one category offspring?
Yeah.
And then you can have a husband, and then you can have somebody else.
Okay, so I've got my daughters, I've got my husband. I'm going to have my friend Kate, who is an amazing person. We walk together every Saturday with our respective dogs, and they are best friends. The dogs also, and we have the best conversations. And that thing where you have a friend where you can just talk through everything, and at the end of that walk or talk, you feel like you're set up for the day, for the week even, and you talk through stuff, and you get intelligent responses, and you really dissect stuff, and you become really sort of a better person and better informed at the end of that conversation. That's Kate, and she is an amazing friend.
Well, Kate, if you're watching this video, good on you, girlfriend. All right, next card. What was the best thing that has happened to you today?
Well, today I went for a walk with another friend. I have a few friends that I walk with regularly. And for me, walking with a dog and a friend and having good conversation and beautiful scenery. I live very near the Heath, Hampstead Heath, and I don't know if you know that. It is really incredible. It was slightly misty this morning, and it had a sort of almost literary sort of feel about it. It could have been sort of, I don't know, it could have been almost like on the moors. It was very misty this morning, so a lot of Wuthering Heights sort of atmosphere, and just feeling very in touch with what's going around and exercising at the same time and watching the dogs play. That was a great start to my day, and that was the best thing so far. And this, of course, obviously, absolutely being here. Yeah.
Miss Shelley Ann, if an epic feast is going to be held in your honor, what would they be serving on the table?
So, okay, so my favorite food of all time is spaghetti pomodoro. So just to sort of, yeah, so they call it different sauces and different names for the sauce in different places. So this is like a tomato sauce. I could eat that, honestly, for breakfast, lunch, and supper. I probably have actually done that. I could even have seconds. When I was pregnant with at least two of my three girls, I would often go to a local cafe near where I worked. I used to be a lawyer, and I used to go to this cafe. I used to order my pomodoro spaghetti, and then I used to order a second one, but I used to check that there was a different waitress or waiter who would come and ask, because I was so embarrassed. By the end of it, they just knew. They said, do you want both of them now, or do you want them one after the other? So if you asked me what was my last supper, that would be it. If it was an epic feast, I would just want a whole load of spaghetti pomodoro with rocket on the side and some Parmesan cheese as well. Can I have a Diet Coke with that too?
It's your feast, yeah.
Perfect. I'm done. I also will need a bit of chocolate at the end, something sweet.
All right. Oh, and so what is the best dessert? What should we be having for dessert at your feast?
Oh, at my feast, it will probably, after that, it would probably be something like a really good chocolate mousse, something just sweet, but not too sweet, like a dark chocolate mousse. But if you ask me what my best dessert is, if I said, what's the really best dessert? It's got to be a very British one, which is an apple and rhubarb crumble. Okay, but it's got to have custard with it. I know a lot of people might not know what custard is. It's very British. Do you know what custard is?
Of course.
Okay, so it's that amazing, unctuous, lovely sort of, I don't even know how to describe it. It's sort of a dairy sort of lovely sauce, vanilla-y, on top of that steaming custard and that fruit. Delicious.
Good choice. Really good choice. All right. Let's see. Next card. What is scarier, snakes or spiders?
Spiders. 100%.
100%.
100%.
100%. All right. Let's see. Next card. What do you do when you're having difficulty falling asleep? Do you have a secret that you could share with us?
Yeah. Okay. So that happens sometimes. I'm one of these people that think a lot at night about things that I have done in the day or things I need to do, and my mind ticks over. It takes me quite a long time just to sort of quieten those voices. But I tend to read before I go to sleep. And get involved in I'm a huge reader. I love fiction. I tend to read something that just takes my mind off other stuff. That usually does the trick. Sometimes I listen to a podcast at night with my earplugs in, and that voice, particular types of voice, will really help just sort of lull me into this sleep. So podcast is great, and reading is very effective for me.
100%. That's exactly what I do too. Next card. When was the last time you slept more than 9 consecutive hours?
I really can't remember. I was just gonna, I really honestly, I probably when I have been ill. I mean, I don't seem to have the capability anymore of sleeping more than like 7 hours max, you know? So no, I don't remember. And if I do sleep more than 9 hours, there's something wrong with me. sadly.
Yeah, when I hit, I'll not divulge the number, middle age, we'll say, then yeah, the hours sort of got smaller and smaller,
Yeah.
and I'll do 6 or 7 now.
Yeah, exactly. Very
I
sad.
don't know why. Punishment, I suppose, for something I've done wrong in a former life. And Shelley Ann, I'll ask you the same question that I ask all of my guests as the last question, and that is, what do you love most about the work that we do in the resolution industry?
You know, I honestly feel what's not to love, but I would say that moment when you're sitting with people who have just not been able to move forward from that very entrenched position, they're stuck, they're weighed down by all of this negativity. And there's a moment when the mediation process moves forward and things are really starting to sort of percolate and things are working. And there's that look on their faces when they have this, I call it an epiphany moment, when they suddenly go, you know what? I see it from their point of view now. There is not just a mind shift or a mindset change. There's a real understanding of what the other person has been going through and what they're thinking, and there is a connection. And it's such a potent moment. And whenever that happens, and you can see it, it's just a look that they have. I just feel, wow, how lucky am I to be able to assist here, to help them get to that point. And that's the sweet point for me.
It is a magical moment. I agree. Shelley Ann, thank you so much for spending some time with me and letting me get to know you a little bit better. This has been a ton of fun.
Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks.
And I'll see you out and about walking maybe.
Sure, on the heath anytime.
There we go. All right.